Pope Francis to have COVID-19 vaccine, says it is the ethical choice for all.
Here's a summary of the article.
2-minute read. Vatican City, Pope Francis said on Saturday he planned to be vaccinated against COVID-19 as early as next week and urged everyone to get a shot, to protect not only their own lives but those of others. I believe that ethically everyone should take the vaccine, the Pope said in an interview with TV station Canal 5. Vatican City, the smallest independent county in the world, home to about 450 people including Pope Francis, has said it will shortly launch its own vaccination campaign against the coronavirus. Next week, the Pope said, "We will start doing it here, in the Vatican, and I have booked myself in. It must be done." Pope Francis, 84, had part of one lung removed during an illness when he was a young man in his native Argentina, making him potentially vulnerable to the disease. Vatican City last week said it expected to receive enough COVID-19 vaccine doses in the following days to inoculate all of its residents and its workers who live beyond its walls in Rome. As part of its vaccination plan, the Vatican said it had bought an ultra-cold refrigerator to store doses, suggesting it will use the vaccine developed by Pfizer and BioNTech, which must be stored at about -70°C. As excerpts of the interview were released, the official Vatican News website reported that the Pope's personal doctor, Fabrizio Soccorsi, had died of complications from COVID-19. Soccorsi, 78, was in hospital and was being treated for cancer.
This post received a score of 8,400, with an upvote ratio of 97%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Vatican City is a country with a population of like 800 people. Of course they're going to vaccinate their head of state who is old as balls.
I think this is more for people being skeptical, you know, Satan's potion, Bill Gates takeover, 5G gonna getcha, etc.
That's the weirdest take, not what you said but that attitude in general. Most Catholic priests would argue that science, as a product of man, is also naturally a product of God, who made man. To not use science to better our lives is to literally spit in God's face and assume that he will intervene in our lives. Catholics don't really do the personal relationship with God thing. God is a king, he doesn't intervene in the lives of peasants.
Most of the craziness is associated with evangelical Protestants. There are pockets of Catholic craziness. Mel Gibson's anti-Vatican Catholics are pretty nuts.
Yeah, when Reddit is talking about something negative about Christianity, they almost certainly are talking about either evangelical Baptists, non-denominationals, or Pentecostals, charismatics. Mainstream Protestant groups and Catholic, Orthodox tend to be lumped in on Reddit for some reason.
Because of the raping of the children.
I like that ethical actions are encouraged. We should all try to be ethical, even when it requires some personal sacrifices.
Oh, the Catholics know a thing or two about sacrifice.
Greater than as excerpts of the interview were released, the official Vatican News website reported that the Pope's personal doctor, Fabrizio Soccorsi, had died of complications from COVID-19. Wow, that's scary.
Religious people have to remember that according to their beliefs, that God also put doctors on the world and God works through these doctors. Don't be like the man that lived by the river, God is already answering your prayers by offering you this vaccine, don't turn him away.
Pope Francis dope as shit. Don't worry Frankie, all good.
Better than trying to vax pro athletes first. This could inspire or comfort those who follow him.
It's weird how Christians in America are immune because they're covered in the blood of Jesus, but the Pope wants a vaccine.
Those are not Catholics. Catholicism has supported science for hundreds of years. Evangelicals are so different.
Not a Christian, but worked for a Catholic hospital for a while, and both work and study at a Catholic university now, the latter to go back into the medical field due to my experiences with it. I've been very happy with the recognition that faith is valuable to people's overall sense of well-being, but also that it doesn't get in the way of the work. Later, in my studies at the university I work for, ethical subjects such as euthanasia and so on are discussed openly, and with the intention of what people want and need, not what the dogma dictates. Again, not a Christian, much less a Catholic, but I keep finding it aligning with what I believe from a secular standpoint, while allowing to do more for people who believe otherwise.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.